Should be live now. Oh, wow. That voice is not great. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Oh, my project isn't even here. It's upstairs. Okay, let me go get the project. Good morning, Franco, if you're still here. Good morning, ITT. Good morning, Lockwatcher. Wow, that is not a good voice. Also, the mic pack is squealing like crazy. Let me just grab this. There we go. Did you guys see the lid after it was 3D printed? I don't think so. Here is the project in all its glory. Listen to that switch. Nice clicky switch. Nice compact form factor. I just need to make the lid crush down on the wires a little bit. And then we are good to go. Put a little bit of hot glue. And that is all. It looks fantastic. Look at that. So, yeah, just need to do a little bit more CAD and then that's done. Then we can shoot the video or shoot another video or whatever we're doing. Morning, JB. Oh. In the new year, sorry I bumped you guys. In the new year, we're gonna have to make a linear power supply for the mic pack because it is squealing like crazy. The appointment with Pile of Stuff. I didn't have an appointment with Pile of Stuff. Oh, it stopped squealing now. I had an appointment, or not an appointment. I was planning on, there we go, you can hear it now. Now it stopped. I was planning on getting my vaccines done, but apparently everybody wants the flu vaccine, so I was like, I'm not going to get just the COVID vaccine, suffer for, 3-4 days, and then later on get the flu vaccine. I want them both at the same time, deal with all the suffering all at once, so I didn't get it. So yeah, no, thank you. I have been doing some coding though. Let me see if I can log into, you got vaxxed 3 weeks back. Did you get a massive reaction? I always get huge reactions. A second here. Had to sneeze. All right. Let's this. Send me a login link. I'm just going to log in. Okay. Did I talk about having something with Pile of Stuff? I have no idea. Had flu vaccine in Moderna and Moderna COVID. Slight fever, first day, eased off. Okay. So here is my account. This is my official account. The fever is good means it's working. Yeah, I get that. So this is where I'm at. This morning I did a couple of just a couple of these loops. So next I'm into lists and dictionaries. So like I'm flying through this very quickly. Python is surprisingly easy to learn. Oh, I had an appointment with I was gonna chat with Basement Electronics. Is that who you mean? We have come up with a scheme for next year. Found a Christmas Advent light thingy in a box and plugged it in. Had to replace 31 bulbs. Wow. So this is the roadmap on boot.dev. So Python, I am more than halfway done. I might be done before the Christmas break. And then Linux, then Git, and then back to Python. Then learning object-oriented programming in Python. Build asteroids using Python and Pygame. Should be pretty interesting. Then functional programming in Python, so more Python. Build AI agent in Python. Data structures, algorithm, Python. Static site generator in Python. Don't know anything about these, so we'll see how well it goes. This one has a lot of steps. And then memory management in C, which should be complicated. First personal project. And then I'll be learning Go. So the options here are to learn Go or TypeScript. I know nothing of either. Let's go ask our AI overlords, what is the difference between Go and TypeScript? What are each used for? Well, I mean, Free Code Camp was good too. Solve different layers of problems, even though both general purpose programming languages, tools for different parts. Okay, so, Go is made by Google, TypeScript by Microsoft, runs on machine code, JavaScript runtime, interesting, backend system infrastructure, front end, okay, that's weird. Very high performance, near C++. Oh, interesting. Single binary deployment and small learning curve. Okay, well, that's good. So, so this is the Go way. And then go, and then there's Docker. Pub sub architecture, RabbitMQ, I have no idea what these things are. Then a capstone project, then learn how to get a programming job, and then you keep doing courses, deeper learning. So Python, Go, Git, Kubernetes, CI/CD, I don't know what that means, cryptography, and data structures. So they've got a lot of stuff. I'm working my way through. And you get daily, so this is my profile. I don't think anything in here is private. I think you can go, so you see my activities here. So this morning I only did 4. So I'm on my way. Now the plan will be to get this all full by next year, but we'll see. We'll see, for sure. And then, where do I go? Achievements, working on achievements. So these are your like levels. You got streaks, start getting medals at 8 days, then 13, then 21. Got to finish exercises, done this. Sharpshooter, so sharpshooter is when you finish lessons without mistakes. So 15 lessons finished in a row. and you get sharpshooter sprees, and then I've got 6 consecutive sharpshooter sprees. Actually, I have more so far. If I go back to the dashboard and if I go continue learning. So right now, yeah, I've got 7 sprees. 4 out of 15 for the 8th spree. So that's good. I have a 3-day streak of coding, including today. You can activate experience potions. It's cool. It's a cool thing. I would recommend it. I definitely would recommend it. We're working on a sponsorship deal at the moment, but I think it's just good software. So that's good. But yeah, Python is very quick to learn, which is good. But we'll see. We'll see if I'll be able to code stuff in the upcoming, in the new year, with it, because doing it on paper is one thing. Doing it for real is a different thing. Having a project in mind and doing what I want to do with it is very different than following tutorials and whatever. So yeah, the stream is 100% sponsored by Patreons. Did I gain? I need to see if I have to increase the counter. Let me check. So 1 extra in there in Patreon. How about in, how many channel members do I have? Let me see. Switch account to here. How do I check how many members I have? Memberships. 0 members. So, yeah, it's accurate. So there we go. Well, I'm not going to fix the microscope until I get the Patreons. The microscope gets fixed when I get the Patreons, because I believe I have all the parts I need now to fix the microscope. So I just need more patrons, and then I can fix the microscope. And I spent... What? Goal, fixing microscope for stream. 1 out of 10 Patreons added. So I spent about $150, no more, almost $200 getting the microscope parts. And so the least people can do is, sign up at the freaking $2 tier. It was supposed to drive, in the new year, I'm just gonna remove it. It was supposed to drive memberships on Patreon, but it's not. It's not happening, and it's not gonna happen, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Okay, so we are essentially going to take this lid. First of all, we're gonna redo this because I forgot to emboss the resistance on either. So I'm going to do that. And on top here, maybe we'll emboss some lettering. Seems like there's a little under extrusion right there. You see that? You told me it would not? Yeah. I mean, I'm trying something. The truth is that 2025, I've made a significant amount less income than 2024, and I'm trying stuff. It doesn't, either way, it doesn't matter, because I need to make more videos. That's the crux of this. I need to make more videos. But it's hard to make videos when like things have to go relatively right. It's a long process. Next year I plan on making more videos. That's the deal. I'm gonna do more live streams. They're gonna be more organized. I took time off of my mechanics job so I can recover, as my back's been hurting. So I took like 3 weeks off for the holidays, and the plan is to hit the ground running, produce videos, see if I can get more sponsorships, make series that matters, stuff like that. So that's the deal. That's the deal, my dear. That is the deal. Okay, let's fix this. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Patreon does have more chance on the main channel, but the main channel is not... It's not about getting... I will increase the Patreon asks, but not in the middle of the video, you know? You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see. It's all about seeing. Okay, let's get to CAD. It just is what it is. The truth is, in order to get people to join Patreon, you have to offer value. I have to make projects that people care about. It's that simple. If people don't care, then they won't support, that's completely normal. That's totally how that works. Okay, so I could just add blocks here that'll come down and squeeze the wires. When people drop, I'm not sure what you mean. All right, so we need to find where the wires go and then squeeze that. But I also want to kind of tie into this hole here. I want to add some structure to this to make it stronger. Oh, the watch time. The watch time is incredibly variable. All right, let's do a sketch here. Oh, cancel. There we go. Grab this. Do a new sketch here. Okay, let's bring in some external geometry. This and that and the other thing. This and that. And this. Okay, there we go. And now we want a centered rectangle somewhere along here. Okay, and then we want this to be coincident with this. And then we want this to be coincident with this. And we want it to involve the top here. So let's just make a sketch line. Let's say to here, 7. And then we want this to be this to be coincident with this, and this to be, there we go. Okay, so we'll bring that down by 3 because we know that's safe. Going to extrude by 3. Close, pad 3. Oh, whoops, we don't have the hole though. Let's go back into there. Let's add the hole. There we go. Now we have the hole. So essentially, I want this wall here. It seems a bit sketchy because I'm making a sketch. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, now grab this and then I'm make a new sketch. And now we have to figure out approximately how far these things are from one another. Okay, so from the edge, this is more or less more or less 10 millimeters from the edge. How far down is this also? Just wanted to check. 5.44. Okay. So about 10 millimeters from the edge, and we want to get a good squeeze about let's say about 10 millimeters. And then how far down do we need to go? Need to go about 22.5. All right. So let's grab some external geometry. Okay, so we're going to make a rectangle. I'm going to pop it about here. And then we're going to actually grab this external geometry. Oh, that's not what I wanted, actually. Take this rectangle and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to make a centered rectangle. Okay, we want this edge to be about 10 millimeters. And height, let's give it a good 5. And then we want the center to be about 10 millimeters from the edge, like so. think so. I think that's good. And then let's center symmetrical between these 2 points. This. Nope, could not do it. This. Cannot. Because right now, it can go up or down. Let's actually make this 8. Oh, 8's too big. Let's make it 7. And let's space this to there. 0.5. There we go. I can grab this and do symmetry, create symmetry constraints to here. I think that's good. Close, and then pad these for 23. So that should work to pad it and to strongly hold the wires in place. We'll just soften up these edges a little bit so it doesn't squish the wire, just pinch. Select the edges. And then, let's say 2, that's good. Here we go. Let's flare out these ends as well. Select like so. So we get good support. That looks good. I think that's good. And then we can define these edges too. Just to make them a little bit more sensible. Yeah, I can't compute it. It's too big. Okay, cancel. I think it's fine then. I guess I'll just do these 2 edges. Looks weird in that corner. That's okay there. So there we go. So now we got 2 monster tabs that should go and squeeze those wires. And I think we're good. I don't want to go through the trouble and do some like an embossing or whatever, embossing. When we don't know if this will work. just yet. So I think we're good to export this to the printer. Speaking of which, I have to go unload the filament. Can I do that from here? Let me see. 192.168. Can I unload filament from the web? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let me go send the unload command. You guys can watch it happen right here on the screen. So I'll go send the unload, and then I have to retract the filament out, and then we have to find another spool of filament. I think the bad part about printing so much, by the way, hello, here I am. Gonna turn on my monitoring in here too. Extruder 230 unload. So yeah, you guys can, here I am. I do have a monitor set up in this room, in the dirty room. So yesterday I printed some PETG. I was printing this stuff, dummy 13s, to bring to the kids, to the kids at the Christmas thing that I'm going to. Okay, now we find filament, because we need to load the filament after. So let's do that while the machine is going. Is this my last PLA Plus? Damn, I've been doing way too much printing. I have a lot of ASA. Yeah, this is my last PLA Plus. Gonna have to buy another 4-pack. This stuff here. Elegoo Rapid PLA Plus. This is like very inexpensive filament. I think they end up being like $15-ish per roll, Canadian. And the stuff is great. It's strong, prints easily. I love it. I literally only buy PLA filament when it's cheap. But so far that strategy has ended up with pretty good results. There used to be some real crap out there, but in the last bunch of years, it's been fine. Oh, did this already unload? Oh yeah, it did. You guys didn't even tell me. Okay. So what was on there was red Rapid PETG. Again, I bought this stuff because it was cheap, but it's been going great. And then I'll load up the PLA Plus. How's your Prusa been, Mr. JB? I just, aside from it being a tool changer, which is a real good thing, a real innovation, I don't know if I would ever feel the need to spend on a Prusa at this point. The Centauri has been extremely good. maybe over time it's going to become crap. Who knows? Loading the filament now. It's been busy. Got the year wrap and it said 33 plus days of printing. So I got this on Black Friday and I'm curious as to how much filament I've run through it, but it's a lot. The only thing is the hot end is kind of slow. I think it has a hardened nozzle. I don't know what the deal is, but it does. I will say it does heat pretty slow. Like I do end up standing here holding filament into the feeder while waiting for it to heat up. I don't know if it's like temperature curve is like slow. Here it goes, sucking in the filament. It should be ready to print. All right, let's get our print ready. Yeah, I have to chat in the other room. Yeah, I do. I upgraded. Hold on a sec. Let me just export. I can only do one thing at a time. Export. Lid VO2. Save. And then open the Elegoo slicer. Give me a second. So, oh yeah, so I upgraded monitors. I have 2 ViewSonic monitors. The second ViewSonic monitor I bought, I thought was the same as my first one, but it wasn't. And that meant, sorry, I'll send you back there. That meant that I was like, oh, I shouldn't, I should send it back. But then I was like, ah, screw it. I already installed it. So I took my monitor that I replaced, popped it into the other room, and I have a HDMI splitter that splits. I gotta try. Hold on, I gotta do this. Pre-charge. That's what it is. Lid VO2. All right. So I've got HDMI splitter that I already had for my chat to be close to my workbench, and it splits once more out to my dirty room. At some point I'm going to do like maybe like a Patreon thing. Oh, whoops, no, not PetG. Rapid PLA Plus. Don't need that much. Let's go to strength. 49K plus minutes of printing. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so export. Okay, and then send you guys webcam, send you guys there for a second. So before I send this, I'm going to oh, the printer is not accepting because I didn't, god damn it. The printer didn't finish its load. I have to confirm that I've loaded stuff. So let me tell you how many hours the Centauri Carbon has done. Completed. Info. It's done 87 hours of print time since I bought it. So that's quite a bit. Walking back. All right. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Importing. I have to say though, this is my first 3D printer where filament changes aren't a literal pain in the ass. Start print. Yes, time lapse. Don't need the heated bed leveling. Sender. And away she goes. What? It left, look, it left Pet G up here. That's not good. It's gonna knock it off here. If it goes onto the build plate, I'm gonna have to go save it. Also, you see this wire here? It's because I have the Nevermore in there. I just haven't tested it yet. I'm gonna test it later today as I print the frames for the dummy 13. There's a piece of Pet G right there. All right, away it goes. Also, this white you see on the bed, that's my, that's just the glue stick I put down. There's a roll. Oh, here, let me explain this better. Is this zoomed out or in? Out. In. Okay, let me. So I had a roll of filament. Which I'm coming back with. Had a roll of filament open here for like 3 years. So this stuff. And this stuff is the stuff I printed the train out of. And it was having a hard time sticking to the bed. All my other filaments work fine. This stuff was a little finicky. So yeah, I put some heat glue, some hot glue, some glue stick onto the bed. What did I buy here? Oh yeah, I bought new filament again. So this is brown. This is for the train tracks. Because in the new year, I'm going to figure out the electronics on the train track. Yeah, old filament, old filament. So yeah, this is brown for the train tracks. And I think PLA will be perfectly fine for train tracks. Okay, so that's there. And then I bought, this is probably my favorite filament I have ever purchased. I have been a practical person for the longest time. I've just been printing like practical things, like physical things. But this Galaxy Purple, which resulted in this Benchy, is like some of the prettiest filament I have ever seen. So I bought a second roll of it. So this is breaking my no expensive filaments. But the thing is, ITT, is that that's been out for like at least 4 years. And look at the fine detail it's able to resolve. So I think the humidity thing is a little bit of an exaggeration. Look at how small. See how thin it was able to print. Look at the fine details on that. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration. So that's just regular PLA that's been sitting out forever. And that's because I wanted, even the bridging Look, this was printed upside down. So this was printed like this, sitting this way. On the stairs, the bridging, it's perfectly fine. And yes, the Sparkle PLA is awesome. The Galaxy Black, I was disappointed in. But the Galaxy Purple is pretty. Oh, here. That's simple enough. Here. There's the dummy 13. There's the Galaxy Purple, which looks awesome with the sparkles. Maybe I can zoom that in. See how it catches the light? It has like teal sparkles. And then here is the Galaxy Black, which I thought was going to be nicer, but it looks kind of like ass. So this stuff I'm not being precious about. Doesn't look very good. I will say, very good luck when you see filament break on a single bend of the filament. Yeah, heated dry box. Yeah, I got one of those too. I will say though, the Galaxy Black, when you print it in denser format, so this is a T-Rex skull in Galaxy Black, it looks a little bit better, but it's still not fantastic. It does look better in person, but it's not phenomenal. Use some nice silk, silver, gold, and nice copper. Yeah, I want to get some of that too. But the right now I'm in like printing the dummy 13 mode, and so I'm just using the limited colors I have here. But yeah, it does look good. It's just not. Instead of black, it ends up being like a grape color. And it's just not what I would expect. Just static display. The motor is built into the train. The motor is built into the train and the battery is built into the train. It's not like a model train set, which I would really like, but is way too expensive to get into. Yeah, this is pretty. This is the Centauri Carbon with all default settings. And the jaw is removable. So you got this and this. So all these are all needed for the video. Here's the Galaxy Purple. Galaxy, it doesn't show up nicely on camera, but it is very pretty. Yeah, something that would look nice on the shelf. And I was like wondering, because there's a stand and a plaque. So the stand goes through here. And there's like a rod and like a bottom. But I didn't have anything to print it out of that would look nice. But now with the brown for the train, we're going to print it out of that. So that's good. How long on the lid? 19 minutes. Okay. So I guess I could take my first coffee break and I'll go get my dummy 13 because I printed the frame in Galaxy Purple and Galaxy Black, and the armor in Galaxy Purple and Galaxy Black, and I assembled it. I assembled the inverse of this, so I'll go get them. So I'll go for a coffee break while that prints. So there we go. So I will be right back. I'm back. Printed a James Webb telescope that's on a stand. That's very cool. Very cool. Be right back. Coffee is like a hall pass. Yeah. Finally, the 3D printer ran out of filament. Just sitting here waiting so you could swap it out. Here is the dummy 13 I printed with the, this is with the Galaxy Purple armor and the Galaxy Black skeleton. So I will say, they say do not use PLA for the dummy 13 parts because it creeps over time and whatever, but it has worked perfectly. It looks very good. It still functions. I didn't even trim like all the stuff I could have trimmed out. So this looks absolutely phenomenal. But the thing is, this won't be safe. Oh, look, this is how I walk all day because my back hurts. I walk like this. So the only thing is he's missing a toe because it fell on the floor here somewhere. And one day I'll find it and he'll get his toe back. But until then, he's toeless. But yeah, so this is the dummy 13. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I think the creator did such a good job. I could do a coffee dip? No. Oh, there's a hair in my coffee. Freaking losing hair. No coffee dip. But yeah, he looks great. So he's going to be part of the review as well for the Centauri Carbon, which I'll have to work on at some point. So yeah, that's the Centauri. So I'm hoping that a bunch of kids won't mind doing a little bit of labor in assembling their own toys. But I think I'm going to make the body out of either my regular ASA or, I don't know, something like that. I do have ABS Plus, probably ABS Plus. I have white PETG, I have transparent red. I don't have very many colors though, that's the thing. Let's see what I have for PLA, which I don't want to really print in PLA. So I have don't even know what color this is. Black. Great. Okay, so I have white, black, dark gray. What's this? Purple, which they're boys and girls. I have two purples. And what's this? Red. So I basically have red, black, purple, and white. I don't have a very good variety of colors. So clearly it's not enough. Without consuming coffee? None. I have like at least 3 coffees a day. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. You ever ran out and locked up the printer? Someone put together an auto cutter. Yeah, I've seen the auto cutter. That's a really cool principle. I don't think I need it. But I would like some 5 kilogram spools of filament. I just don't know if it starts being too difficult for the extruder to pull it out, because 5 kilos is a lot of inertial mass. We have 9 minutes left on the print. This is what it looks like so far. So the whole lid is printed. It's just doing now the two cable crushers. So we're almost done. I'm gonna vamp for like 9 minutes, and then we're gonna go and get that, install it on here. If that's good, then I will do, oh yeah, and we have to install the clamps. Let's see. I do want these two wires to be equal length. So which one is the long one? This one is the long one. Yeah, I will have to trim that. 25 hours per day without coffee. Well, I envy you. Are you a teetotaler? Because I think aside from coffee and my back pain stuff, I'm a teetotaler. A teetotaler is someone who doesn't believe in medication. But it's not that I don't believe in it. I don't have any because I don't need any. And the one medication that my doctor tried to get me on ended me up going to the to get checked out at the hospital. So no, thank you. I will pass. So yeah, this, oh yeah, we're gonna put the clamps. That was what we were talking about, putting on the clamps. US, we have 26 hours available per day. Uh-huh. I'm sure your employer would like you to work 26 hours per day. If I had a superpower, it would be to slow down time so I could learn stuff at twice the speed. That would be my wish for a superpower. I should have one of these out somewhere. Don't really need my soldering stand. Oh, here we go. So I think the plan will be to crush this onto the wire, and then add a bit of solder, and then crush this onto the insulation for mechanical hold. It doesn't really matter though. These things don't really have to be that that well insulated, but I like it anyways. Gonna probably want to make an attachment. We'll see. I'm gonna use this for a little bit and see what happens, but I may make an attachment where this becomes like a probe lead or something, because I don't want arcs and sparks essentially. I just thought of something too. You could go to the 100, like the 1 kilo pre-charge, and then switch it to the 10 so that it can maintain that, and then you can do your battery connections or whatever. But yeah, I want to pinch these before we go any further. Pretty rugged tool for what it is. Plus the lid will add some strength, like so. I could actually tighten up the tolerances on here. A little bit of play, but it's not worth it. Make your own hours when you're not working in your shop. Work from home in both cases. Office 18 miles away. Go there, pick up prints, and fill your candy dish. I'm hoping that learning coding will give me one of those jobs where I can just work like a dog and earn lots of money, or or slow down and earn less money, because I'm feeling it. Like, I really want, like, if YouTube gave me a fixed dollar amount per hour worked, I would just do YouTube all day, every day. But the problem now is fighting the fact that I have to focus on other things to be able to pay rent or mortgage or whatever. At least tax season won't be as brutal this year because I didn't make as much money. So there's that. Might fall into a lower bracket if I'm lucky. Who knows? Who knows? Because the thing is, the more you earn, the more the percentage of your income goes to paying taxes. So if you work at a company, usually that's all figured out for you. But I work at 2 different companies, and so each of them only see the small percentage that I'm making from them, and they tax me at that rate. So I owe money at the end of the year. But when you're self-employed, you have to pay the employer percent. Like, you just pay like the straight, you don't pay any taxes until tax season. So I'm going to get hit hard. So usually, they take, job 1, job 2, and then all my other income is on top. And so I have to pay that whole chunk out. However, if job 1 and 2 wasn't enough to push me into a higher bracket, my taxation will be a little bit lower, which will be a relief. But probably this year, we'll see there, but this year might be the last year that I'm allowed to pay at the end of the year. So next year I might have to pay out quarterly, which will be a little bit of a financial burden throughout the year. Yeah, you get that as well, the second job. Yeah, that makes sense. So it'll be a financial burden quarterly, but less of a financial burden in tax season. So it all like balances out. We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. I'm not at the moment. I'm not in any peril. But let's just say I'm interested to see what my finances are gonna look like once my yearly taxes are paid, because I haven't even done any of the calculations yet. So it's always a surprise. Just putting away my heat set inserts. Save coffee, drink water. Okay. You pay quarterly as of last year. Does feel better when you process your taxes. Yeah, for sure it would. I completely get that. The thing is though, like, I'm not even mad about taxes. It just is what it is. What I find interesting is people who earn, there's people I know personally, who earn like 3x what I earn, and they whine about paying taxes. And it's like, dude, look at your house and look at my house. And you can't tell me that you work 3 times as hard, or maybe his income might be like 5x as much. It's like you chose a more paying path. That's what happened, which is fine, and I'm not denigrating that person, but that person has the mentality that, well, they work harder, so they should earn more. And they do work very hard. But you don't work 20 times harder than a single mother having to work at Walmart to feed her children. I'm sorry, that's just not true. The system is not made to directly reward hard work. So there's the part. And I think the proof of the not rewarding hard work is I have never seen anybody work more hours than my wife. And we ain't rich. Uh-oh. I tore, oh. Hold on a sec. Webcam. I should have let it cool more. I tore the front fell off. Let me send that print back to the printer. Well, okay, let me see if it works. The more you work, the less tax you pay. The more you make, the less tax you pay. Sorta, not really, but there are some. There is a point where you stop being like a regular wage slave, and then you start making a shit ton more money. And at that point, you pay less taxes. Okay, we are squishing the wires too much. We need to shrink. This doesn't work. We need to drop a couple millimeters on this. So let's measure the gap. So let's measure this gap here. By the way, I have no doubt that there's a lot of people who are well off who work very hard. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying hard work alone is not enough. So we need to drop 3.4 millimeters. No, Aneg. I'm a mechanic by trade. If I was an engineer, I would. How do I put this? If I was an engineer, I would be a happier person. Let's put it that way. The big thing is that math and I do not work well together. 19.6. No, the system was never made to I mean, it does. Let's be honest, okay? Successful people, they still need to work. Like none of us, I'm not talking about billionaires here, but none of us get away from that. There's a significant difference when it's when people take out the us versus them mentality. They constantly think that they're fighting against people who make $100,000 a year. That's not, we are all in the same boat, all the way up to like 500,000 a year, I would say, or more. It's really the multimillionaires and billionaires that are society's big problem creators, in my opinion. Let's export this. And again, opinion, right? It's just opinion. Let's print this new one out. And this one here, start print. Yeah, time lapse. Send it. When you're wearing your engineering hat for work, it can get stressful with the artificial deadlines. I have no doubt that you work very hard and that your job is very stressful. But, here's a big but, and I don't want you to be offended by this. It is also very stressful when you are filling up, and this is not me. I don't want any pity from anybody. This is not what I'm doing. Not what I'm doing. So this is a hypothetical. It is probably more stressful when you fill your when you're filling your shopping cart and wondering if you're going to be able to afford the groceries or not. So yes, work is very stressful. Completely agree with you. Totally agree with you. But you know, there are other. I mean, life is just stressful. Period. What I wish I could do is, yeah, okay. See, so I didn't want to offend anybody, because some people, like I was talking to a friend, an acquaintance. I'll give you an example. I was talking to an acquaintance, and that acquaintance was telling me how they love their job. And I was like, it's great. I said, I'm envious of your job, because, I mean, he has a good job. It's not a rich person. He's not rich. And in fact, he just started at the job a couple of years ago. So he's definitely not rich. And he came from, I've known him when he worked at his other job, which was incredibly stressful, incredibly hard work, and it paid almost dick all. But then he told me that, you know, he's, you know, happy with his new job. And I was like, it's great. I said, you got lucky, because I know the company he works for now, and the company happened to need someone with his exact qualifications at that exact moment in time. And since he got hired, a whole bunch of positions were removed. And in fact, if that new management were in when he got his job, he wouldn't have got his job. Okay, so he got really lucky. And then I said, yeah, you were lucky to get your job, and I'm really glad you did. And he said, lucky? He says, it's all skill. I worked really hard to develop my skills and all this stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not saying you're not qualified. Yeah, you did great. But I said you also got lucky, because the position opened just at the right time. And I'm saying it's not that it's only about luck or only about skill, is that in life you kind of need both. And he said, well, I disagree. He says, I worked really hard all my life and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, if this job opening would have happened 6 months later, you would not have gotten the job, because the new management would not hire for your position. Right? So it's hard. You're in a much more comfortable place than you were 30 years ago. You would retire. You could retire if you want at this point, but it's sad when you see a 75, 80-year-old working at a store because they have to. Yeah, correct. This is all I'm saying. This is all I'm trying to say, is that in life, you do need to work hard. Yes, agree. I don't think any successful person, I think the vast majority of successful people have worked very hard. But you also have to acknowledge your luck, because I have to say, with my skill set, if I were not to be lucky, I would just be permanently disabled. The fact that in 2017, sorry, let me rephrase that. The fact that in 2013, my wife and I had a discussion, and it was mostly my wife's idea, that I should scale back my mechanics work and go back to university, or go to university, get a degree. If I wasn't in a position to do that, I would still be working full-time at the school, at the mechanics job, would not have had opportunity to start teaching in 2017. And if I were to work full-time from then until now, right now, I guarantee you I would be on long-term disability. My back is so bad today that I cannot be a full-time mechanic, but I'm still able to do it part-time because sometimes I just have to take a week or two and rest my back. But if my only skill, if my only anything was to be a mechanic, that was my only training, my only skill, you can't be a mechanic with a destroyed back. So I am incredibly lucky to be where I am today. And yes, I've worked hard at it, but most of that hard work just went to shit. Like, the college is no longer interested in contracts. I mean, they're being nice and they gave me contracts here or there, but now that's over now. It looks like the college is about to do another wave of layoffs. I think education is cooked in Ontario. So probably that's good game. And the only thing I have is my residual skills, which I plan on applying to YouTube and seeing if I can make some income like that, like an automotive channel. I've been thinking more and more on how I need to do it, and I'm going to do it. But if I had no luck, like, I would be on disability, and I don't know how much money I could earn on disability here in Canada. Let me tell you. What is the practical maximum salary you can earn on long-term disability in Ontario, Canada? Let me just see. Your degree was way back. You didn't really use it until the last 10 years. Served as copiers for 29 years. Copier job paid stupidly well, but the companies had 401k. That's really good. See? So I would earn roughly 60% of my yearly salary So let's say this times 0.6. I'd be making less. I'd be making about half of what I make now. It would be about half. That is junk, because I don't make very much. I'm below median. Actually, let me see. Hold on. What is the average, median, and modal salary in Ontario, Canada? Yikes. Okay, yeah, below average. Well below medium. Median is above average. Yeah, okay, so I can tell you I'm below average. I'm above poverty line, though. That's for sure. The downturn hit as the company started getting rid of the elder service people, ran the shop full-time till the engineering job showed up. Yeah. I was strongly considering going into engineering. Going to university for engineering instead of, so I attended university in a criminology major in a psychology minor. I wanted to go into engineering, so what I did, because my math skills were trash, I did a adult high school night class for math and, for physics physics first, and then I also needed to do math, but the physics one was so taxing, I wasn't going to be able to do math. Math and I don't get along. I can't do math. I'm math dumb. So yeah, so the deal is that I went into a arts degree. Yeah, absolutely. Copier service can wear you out because you can't put it, like at least a car can put it up on a lift. I mean, not anymore because I'm a mobile service tech, but copiers are heavy. Yeah, math allergy. So I wouldn't be able to make it into engineering. And even if I did get accepted as an independent student, they call it independent student, you don't need any qualifications, you just need to pay the fee. There's no way I would pass any advanced math class, so I couldn't do engineering. But because I'm a mechanic, I wanted to do mechanical engineering. But I mean, nothing is stopping me from doing that now. Like I can do the same thing as boot.dev. I mean, there's tons of like self-learning stuff. It's just math is hard, and I spend a lot of mental energy on like YouTube and coding and whatever, so enough is enough type thing. So the plan for the new year though is, since I'm learning Python and I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna make Python tutorials. I'm not sure, actually here's a question for you guys. I will take your opinions, start a poll. Should I publish the Python tutorials on my main channel or on a new coding channel? So keep in mind, main channel or new coding channel. Okay, keep in mind, it has to be related enough to my main content that I won't piss off my viewers. So don't think about you, think about if you were interested in, like, if you're subscribed to a music channel and they did something that's tangentially related, like they started reviewing audio mixers, that kind of thing. So I will take your info into consideration, but vote on the poll, please. Because I'll tell you which way I'm leaning, but I don't want to poison the poll. Your degree was in electronics. Company hired you without a direct mech engineering degree for engineering money. As I was self-learning in the electrical systems, many companies would not do that. I had a chat with, I think it was, I don't know if they want to be named. I had a chat with someone who was a mechanic. Well, ITT, the Python would be separate. So I am going to do a MicroPython, or sorry, a CircuitPython guide series, how to use microcontrollers with Python. But I do want to make a pure, like, learn Python channel as well. So that's what I mean. But anyways, a former mechanic turned wind turbine tech. Apparently there's a lot of crossover between wind turbines and automotive stuff. And apparently they hire mechanics a lot. Problem with wind turbine techs here in Ontario, it would be a general coding channel, Lock Watcher. One thing that is a problem here in Ontario is that our premier is a conservative who is overly hostile to green energy. He doesn't want green energy. He doesn't believe in it. He thinks it's dumb. He wants coal power or whatever the hell he wants. I don't know what he wants. So that's the difficult part. The other part is that you have to travel like crazy. You have to drive a shitload because you can't, nobody's bringing you the wind turbine for service. You have to go to them. I'm a little afraid of heights, but just a little. I think I would tolerate it just fine. By the way, here's the 3D print, how it's going so far. I should probably put it closer to the camera so you guys can see it better. But I'm continuously applying to work. I keep finding jobs. I'm trying to do most of the climbs are caged, yeah, like they're inside the base, and yeah. I had a conversation with him. It was very interesting. He makes a crap load of money. This was, well, it was post-COVID, but he was making over 150K a year. But the thing is, you can't work 40 hours a week. You can't work 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year. You're capped. The amount of times you can go up and down. I don't know for what reason, but I think it's just so you stay healthy. So your hourly pay is way higher. Just like my mechanic work right now, my boss is just a really cool boss. And so, yes, I'm paid X per hour, but I hardly ever do a full 8-hour day, and he pays me for full 8-hour days. Sometimes, I mean, the best example I can give you is one day we were done in 3 hours. We packed it up and we went home, and he paid me. So, yeah, and then I had a bad reaction to my new medication last week, and I decided it was prudent to go to the ER. Actually, ChatGPT told me to go to the ER, so I went to the ER. I'm fine, by the way. It was talking to Gemini after. It seemed like it was my fault, but it doesn't matter. Point is, I'm not taking the meds anymore. So he paid me for the full day. Like, he's a good guy. So there's always that, right? There's always got to keep that in mind, that work is more than just a monetary transaction. I would never quit. I would never quit on him because he treats me right. And I keep telling him, I'm very transparent with him, that I'm looking for work. I want to do electronics repairs, instrumentation technician, anything that's, desk job, electronicsy related. I feel like I've done enough things to warrant, an interview, at least. But yeah, out of, I think, 20 resumes sent in, zero replies to my emails, like 0 calls, 0 anything. So the thing is, in my town, I saw a guy climbing the outside of a 100-foot gas station sign to do some fix-up. Not for you, don't worry so much about heights, but ladders. Yeah, ladders are scary, for sure, 100%. What was I saying? But yeah, anyways, I'm not getting any callbacks at all. So it's a little frustrating. But it is what it is, because I know a lot of, here in Canada, a lot of the job postings, I forgot there's a little condom for this. In Canada, here, a lot of the job postings are actually fake. They post jobs, claim they can't find anybody, and then they apply for temporary foreign workers to come and take the jobs. This is not even like a hot take. This is like well known, to the point where where you go look for work on the job posting websites, the report button doesn't work anymore because the websites believe that people are just spamming the report button just to take down ads that they don't like, but it's all market adjustment scams. So, and on one sense, I'm kind of pissed because I want to do those jobs, but on the other sense, I don't want to work for a company that just hires wage slaves for as little as possible. So there's that. You go on roofs all the time for site visits. You did fall partly through an attic. Ooh, caught yourself on a joist. Be careful. That is terrifying. Fun fact, my wife is actually a civil engineer. She has worked on 9-figure projects. I don't want to be specific as to what kind of work she's done and stuff like that, because it's not for me to say, it's for her. But yeah, she has definitely, if you know the area around Ottawa, you definitely know of some infrastructure that she's worked on. So I can name you what she's worked on, and you would know. You'd be like, oh, wow, that was her. Interesting. So, yeah, so she's done, like, significant stuff. Very cool. But she quit because she hated it. She absolutely hated it. And it's crazy to me that someone responsible for 7 figures worth of infrastructure would be paid as little as she was. Like, she was making good money, but it's because she was working like more than 80 hours a week. Met a young lady on a job site. She is a 5th generation structural engineer. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's the other thing, is she was a woman on the work site. So I don't want to get into details, but let's say it brought its own challenges. That definitely brought its own challenges. It wasn't as bad as you think, but it definitely made a difference. But essentially, the company she worked for drove her into quitting. And plus, she doesn't enjoy engineering work. It's just that wasn't for her. It's always a crunch. They're always looking for new employees to put on teams, and like, it's just, it wasn't for her. Now, it would be totally for me, except for the 80-hour work weeks. I don't know if I could do that. But yeah, she was paid hourly, and because of that, because she did so many freaking hours, she made really good money. But no longer. Now she does YouTube. And she still makes more money than me. She's my sugar mama. Okay, so the print is finished. I'm just gonna go grab the plate and bring it here. We won't rip it off yet. We want to cool it down. Okay, here goes. Let me just peel off the little bit of purge here. Okay, I'm not going to rip it off. I don't want to peel apart the layers. I'm just going to let the plate cool, and then we'll flex it off. Oh, almost dropped it. Okay, here it is. Wife was now retired, school teacher for elementary, lots of hours, did very well. So correct me if I'm wrong, but in the States, teacher salary in general is low, but certain states pay way more than other states. Is this true? Because I know some states it's like minimum wage or close to it. In other states, they have good unions and it's good. Because I know somebody, okay, no wonder they didn't let me fillet these edges. They're so tiny. Because I know someone whose wife did really well in teaching, and he actually had to move to a different state to get the minimum amount of hours done in that state to qualify for a really good pension or something. Oh, we got a piece of Pet G right there. Little piece of red. I don't know if you can see that. There. Right there. Little piece of red Pet G. I thought about going back to school. So here in Ontario, you can take 2 years and go to school to like teachers college to become a high school teacher, but my province is actively hostile towards education right now, so I have no motivation to make the investment. Okay, we managed to do it without splitting it apart. That's good. True, in her case, she worked for a large school system that paid very well for masters. Oh, that's good. That's good. Because if you look at like states with low literacy rates, I'm sure they don't make that much money. Like I'm sure Alabama isn't paying $100,000 a year for teachers. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Alabama. Yeehaw! Ride 'em, doggy. All right, so okay. So we are pinching our wires correctly. Oh, what is this? Oh, I probably scraped my thingy on a lead screw. Should probably wipe that off. Ugh. Used to have paper towel down here, but started costing too much. Guten Morgen, Mr. Ireland. Hello, Mr. Ireland. Okay, so just make sure the wires get pinched properly here. Yeah, this is a perfect print. Okay, so I'm going to hold this down, but I'm going to grab some screws, as the Germans would say. Actually, I don't know what's screws in German. Alabama average 61K. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I feel like you could live like a king for 61,000 in Alabama, as long as you have the right features. Is that a no-no to say? Is that not long enough? Is a 10mm screw too short? Oh, Oh, my holes are too small. I pulled... my holes are too big in the base because I pulled out the heat set. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so I have to shrink my holes. Okay, so I can't invest too much time in this case. Okay, so let's do, okay, so now we know we're not assembling this full thing. Let's do the embossing. Embossing. Is it emboss or emboss? So, okay, so let's redo the case. Let's put here, this would be 10 ohm, and this will be 1K ohm. We'll have to keep them kind of far. Probably no further than 11 mils from the edge. Let's go 12 mils from the edge. Okay. All right, so here we go. I did want to add the embossed. Ugh. All right. Screen. Okay, let's go to here. So the lid is perfect. I can never get used to this stupid view. How do you... I love how this guy made his entire channel be about that. Three years ago, I don't know. Logos text as we sketch on a sphere. Text shape string via draft workbench. I need to get back to doing this because he has really good tutorials. Face binders. All the benches look similar. Yeah. Dude, I wish. I really wish. I just don't. I don't have the knowledge. Okay, let's try AI, shall we? What could possibly go wrong? Have a body in FreeCAD 1.0, and I want to emboss text on it. It's a flat surface and mango jelly. The YouTuber who is overpowered in tutorials has a lot of tutorials that are complex. I just need simple embossing on a flat plane. Is this something you can guide me through? Wish I could spell too.
I think you use meshes for... so I don't want to do it in Orca because I want to export it. Yeah. Yeah, it could. It could definitely go wrong. 30K, this is less than in my country. We're supposed to pay people less. Okay. Select the face. Switch to part design. Okay, am I in part? I am in part design. Create a sketch. Okay. In Sketcher toolbar, icon looks like an A. Type your text. Choose the font. Click OK. Position the text optional. Select text geometry. Use constraints. Close the sketch. Oh, that's very simple. I probably could have figured that out myself. But I didn't. Okay. Sketch. Okay. Let me grab some external geometry down here, and well, that won't really help. There and there. Okay, and we'll grab this too, and this, why not? Just grab everything. Okay, so create a sketch. Okay, that's done. Now what's looks like an A. Do you see an A anywhere? I don't see an A. Did it lie to me? It wouldn't have done that, right? Chamfer, trim edge, split edge, extend edge. Okay. Lab view can be used with the Python interpreter. I took a course about using LabVIEW, but LabVIEW I thought was only paid. Oh yeah, true. You can try it for free, but it's only for like 30 days. But yeah, I took a course because one of the jobs I had applied to, they wanted LabVIEW experience, and I said, maybe I shouldn't have, maybe I'm an idiot for this, but I said in my cover letter that I don't have LabVIEW experience, but I am signed up to a course and learning more and more every day. So, okay, hang on. Okay, create a sketch. Click the Create Text Shape. Icon looks like an A. So, like, maybe I should have just lied and said that, oh yeah, I'm an expert in LabVIEW, because that's what everybody does anyways. Okay, hold on a sec, let me put this back on AI. I'm at step 3 and I can't find the A icon to put in text. Do you see it here? Sketcher Shapes toolbar. Right-click toolbar, empty gray area, enable correct toolbar. Sketcher. There is no Sketcher Shapes toolbar. Sketcher tools, Sketcher tools. They're frickin' lying. No go hombre. I think you must be thinking of other software. Okay, let's see. Was removed. Okay, I think you're just making it up. Aha. Draft shape string. So am I just gonna cry now? What? Can I just not put text? Okay, so sorry, LabVIEW community. Lab Community Edition, free for non-commercial use. Fuck off. I'm going to see. Complete this form. Yes. What a shitty AI robot. Okay. So, looks like it's fine. Who can use Community Edition? You may not use software for teaching or research at a degree generating educational institution. Okay. Not intended to make a profit. Home hobbyist projects, making free open source projects or add-ons for the community to reuse. Study for upcoming certification. Okay. May be used for all primary and secondary schools, for clubs and competitions. Okay. Students enrolled any level of school use cases may use LabVIEW Community Edition GWeb on any computer that is owned by the student for any non-commercial, non-industrial purposes. Okay, you need to make an account. Okay. 1 year renewable license starts when you activate. Yep. Yep. Teaching undergraduate signal processing course. Students use LabVIEW for various homework labs. Should they install and use? Yes, students may install and use LabVIEW Community Edition on any computer owned by the student. Non-industrial, blah, blah. Computers owned by the university must use software licenses. That makes sense. Pro bono. Even though this is being used post-secondary degree granting institution outside of the formal classroom setting, not required. Okay. I like to tinker at home. Is this use? Yep. Professional engineer, use LabVIEW as part of my day-to-day role. I'd like to use LabVIEW on the weekend for fun home projects. Yep, that's good. How about making YouTube videos? I'm definitely going to download this, so give me one moment here. Like this. I'm going to switch you over here. Download now. Community Edition. Windows. Yes. I have to log in and download. Never mind. I'll do it later. I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'll do it later. So I'll... Driver software included? No. I don't know if you know what that means. This is a WordPress. This is a WordPress template. Love it. Watch this. Look. See the favicons? Same thing here. WordPress template. Hey Franco. Welcome. We've been spinning our wheels. Okay, where... I need somewhere... I was thinking you need to give your email. Yeah, seems like I do. Okay. So the embossing is not... It's not gone well, so to speak. That is something Fusion 360 is incredibly good at. Like, incredibly good at. Let's go here. Playlist. Basic beginners. I'm not going to pirate your software, I promise. I mean, your videos, I promise. Basic FreeCAD. Part modeling. Text in FreeCAD. This is what I want. Okay, he's modeled that. Is this even 1.0? This is not 1.0. Anyways, whatever. Okay. Oh, yeah, so he does go to the draft workbench. Oh, this is too complicated for me to do right now. Jesus. Look how complex. That's way too complicated. Okay, somewhere I need to write down I need a way to write down some things I want to download and whatever. Let me... Okay. You know what, actually, me... open. Code classes. Okay. So I've got this. These are code classes. Now I'll just put it here. Download LabVIEW community free. Good. All right. Save. Also, what's the price of LabVIEW? Just in case they bust me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Because technically YouTube videos are commercial. Okay, is there an easy way to emboss letters, words onto a face in FreeCAD 1.0? That's 2023. This won't work. Text on surfaces on FreeCAD. So this is the old version of FreeCAD. Yeah, see there's the text thing. This is where the AI was going. No date on this one. 2017, that doesn't work. (2023, 2020, 2022). It's not useful. Yeah, 1.1. I don't know what they added. So I have 1.0.2. I haven't updated. So what's frustrating here, though, is that, like, I can draw a circle. Yes, I have made, that was my Christmas gift to my family last year, was some lithophanes. I went LED light. I bought these things, and they're about, I don't know, about 3.3 inches, and I made a custom holder for them, and then I made lithophanes of things that were important to them that I stole from their Facebook and stuff. So yeah, I made a whole bunch of cool stuff like that. There's like a lithophane generator. It's litho, yeah, this one. So you just upload your thing. I made it square, and yeah, it was very, very cool. People loved it. My brother and I, we don't get along. Obviously, you're only getting one side of it, but mostly it's because he's a pain in the ass to deal with. He's very selfish. But I made him a lithophane of his dogs, and he was, apparently he was very touched. So, yeah. So yeah. Let's so yeah, I can't do this, which sucks. The new FreeCAD I don't think will solve that. So this is his, oh, there's 1.1 new features. Let's see if there's something about new features. Ooh, assembly. Yeah, I might have to install this. Activate the new sketch attachment mode. New UI features. Yeah, maybe I have to install 1.1. New transform tool. Okay. I'll have to install 1.1 off stream. Yeah, no, I live and let live. I chose that I don't want to deal with them. So I don't. You're bloody tired? Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too, buddy. Okay, so I'm gonna just close this sketch. This is a useless sketch. I'm just gonna delete this sketch. Okay, so let's go and fix these. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. Let's fix these holes. They need to be smaller. So where is the diameter? There's the diameter. I'm gonna go 5.0. And this again, 5.0. So this one is tied to this, but this one isn't. That's interesting. Close. So now they're going to be a little bit tighter. So that'll hold better. But yeah, I can't emboss on this side. Oh yeah, and I do have Inkscape. Yeah, my back is killing me. Maybe. Could maybe use the resistor as for the LED, but it's just with the space constraints and everything, screw it. I also do want an off to be an off, if you know what I mean. I think the ideal would be to have a battery, and then it would just confirm that there's voltage or not. But it is what it is. So there's nothing here to generate text, right? I don't think so. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my videos to-do list. If I can what? It's a weird to-do list. Video ideas. So if I can find something that I feel like doing, we'll do it. If not, oh, actually, funny fact, second video on my to-do list is the lithophane videos, because I already modeled all the holders and stuff. DVA, that. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, nothing. The most important video I need to do right now is the power supply video, and I can't do it with you guys here. So I think this is going to be it for today. I might come back tomorrow with stuff planned. But for now, I think this is it. I'm going to install the new free CAD, and I'm going to work on the power supply video today, and I'm going to do some coding as well. So yeah, look, I'll try to put the stream up ASAP so you guys be ready if there is a stream tomorrow. But definitely we're getting close to the end for the Christmas time here. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you hanging out. I'll end the poll too. Yeah, sorry about that, Franco, but at least you can go watch the earlier stuff, although the earlier stuff is probably not that great. All right, folks. I have to let us know about the possibility about LabVIEW. Yeah, I'm going to download LabVIEW. So LabVIEW and the new free CAD are going to be downloaded, and then I'll work on that. But thanks, everyone, for being here. I love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one.